All right, so we are live on YouTube. What's going on, everybody? It's Peyton freaking Pilgrim back with another top-down analysis. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at the news first, like we always do every week. Um, and this week we got some red folders. Tomorrow is a bank holiday. We got Martin Luther King Day. But then it looks like we got some GBP and Euro news Tuesday. A little bit of news here that shouldn't do much. Wednesday, this will be interesting to see. This will be interesting to see Tuesday even. So we'll be interested on that. Wednesday, we have a little PPI core, not much there. Unemployment claims every week right there. FOMC speaking. So it doesn't look like we have too much news to worry about this week. Tomorrow probably just won't move a whole lot. Monday probably won't move a lot. But if it doesn't move, then we can expect Tuesday and Wednesday it should move. It should move good. So let's see here. All right. So I got the chat open. If anyone has any questions, I have it open in my screen over here. And we're going to get into it. All right. So we are looking right now at everything. So let's break it down. We have the futures on the screen, and I want to put the GBP back where it needs to be. Okay. And so we have the pound. Okay, Euro, Aussie, Swiss, Yen, CAD, and New Zealand. Okay, we got them all on here. And we're going to bring them into the weekly chart. So let's go to the weekly. And if I could clear everything, let's do that. Remove drawings on everything. So bear with me for just 1 second. I believe it's only on these 3. Okay, perfect. So a little bit of divergence there on the lower time frames, but you can see basically last week on the dollar, we just had a straight bearish candle. Volume started to pick up, but you can see the volume definitely isn't as much as it has been in the past. So it's something to note, as whenever there's new lows being created, you want to see high volume to confirm the move. And this is, the price action is showing that we should continue lower. So I'm not saying we're not going to continue lower, but the volume isn't as much as I thought it would be, but it is more than it has been the last 3 weeks. So it is telling me, the past 3 weeks we've kind of been sideways, and now we just broke through with a little bit more volume than we've seen the past 3 weeks. So yes, we probably will continue to the downside on the dollar. Where is my drawing tools? All the good tools are gone. I had them. I don't know where where it went. Oh well, but this is where we're looking for it to come into, basically. So let's bring this out over here, and then if you hold down Shift, it'll make a straight line for you. So what I'm gonna do is bring the magnet out. I want to see it exactly where it needs to be. Okay. So that's probably, it's already there. So that's most likely getting hit. And I wouldn't bet against that. But the volume profile is telling me that it could go a lot lower. So this is what I'm going to mark this level off here and take the magnet off. This is the next level that the volume profile is showing. And this is with a lot of price action in it. I want to bring in a little more. Let's just bring this up a little bit to about right here. So that level coming in hot, I feel like. I just don't know if we're going to get a opportunity on it or not. Everything else is just extremely bullish, except I would say the Swiss, it had some indecisive moves. So We can maybe look at the Swiss to see if that is going to be the one to start rolling over first, or not. But yeah, everything else looks very, maybe the CAD. These are the two that I don't trade the most. I don't trade New Zealand. I don't trade CAD pairs. So bullish, 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 indecisive, super bullish. So we're going to go on to the lower time frames, like the daily, and see what everything's looking like. We get a big big volume candle on this break. So that's, insinuating that we should continue low, a little bit lower at least. I wouldn't want to mess with the dollar. I wouldn't want to buy the dollar just yet. Okay. If it can do something manipulative is the word I'm going to use, then I will look for a possible move up. It will be half risk because the price action on the weekly is just, it is very bearish. But there is this divergence here. Prices has just been crashing lower, 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 lower. We get that. We know that, but we're not trying to catch the bottom. We don't really care for bottoms. Here's it's obviously an opportunity when it gets down into here. Watch for manipulation, because then we could see a move, possibly a correction, because it does need to correct. There is these imbalanced areas up here that I do think price is going to get to eventually, but it could definitely slide based off the volume profile. So I'm watching for the dollar to slide off. Let's go into maybe like a 4 hour. Before we do that, you can see the divergence on everything else, like daily divergence. This is making new highs. And we just haven't quite yet made new highs on the pound, but Aussie has made new highs, which is showing the pound's weakness. Maybe this is showing the pound's weakness, how it hasn't broken the highs, but everything else has. Okay, everything else has, but there is divergence. Give me 1 second, I need to get a drink. Okay, so everything's diverging. I'm waiting for it to turn around. Might not trying to catch the top. Like I said, the yen has just been flying, waiting for that to correct. So a lot of waiting, I think, this week. Let me go to the 4 hour. And I'm basically analyzing everything all at once right here. All right, we got 2 waves of divergence on the dollar. How I'm playing this week, and it just is my system. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But when there's one wave, then we get another wave, and then if there isn't 3-wave action, and if it looks this pretty, I'm definitely going to be looking for this thing to start to correct. So we want this to come up, give this a chance to breathe, and then one more move down to give that divergence. If we get that move in this area where I have this line marked off saying it's gonna get there, then we're gonna be looking for an easy shot right there. There's some volume right here that hasn't been tested. I've been marking it off every daily point of control, or sorry, it's a monthly point of control. Let's see, weekly. And so this red line basically is what we're going to be looking to target this week. And once it hits that, we're going to buy. Pretty much how I'm going to play, as long as there's this divergence look. So that means really, hopefully, that these start to give some type of a pattern as well. I don't like the way this wave is looking. It will probably give the same type of wave, but Let's see. What's up, guys? Sorry, I didn't have my video on. Not bad. But I do, I like the way this looks, big divergence on the pound. Big divergence. Doesn't mean it's just going to reverse. I like 3 waves for the reversal. Same with Aussie. So I'm feeling a correction this week. I am feeling that correction, just not quite yet. In the yen last week, I wanted it to kind of stop right here and it just blew straight past here with volume. So we probably will see the yen continue. I just do not care for it with a little bit of divergence. So yes, they have crowned me divergence king and I accept. So we're just, being patient this week, I think is going to be key. If there are lower time frame moves, then we might take advantage of that. Let's see what this bad boy is looking like, because the price action on the weekly is this is the only one where I'm talking over here on the Swiss franc, is the only one that has the doji, right? Everything else is like a bear candle, bull candle, bull candle, bull candle, and we don't care about these guys. So it's interesting, at least if I'm talking odds, which probabilities is the only language we really speak over here, then this is it. And how do I get the this drawing tool back up on the favorites? Like, where are the favorites? Aren't they on the chart? There they are. Okay, boom. Okay, I like to be full screen. So now we're here on the, let's see, 4 hour. I want to go to 4 hour. We're on the 4 hour and we're going sideways. So what this is telling me is if we begin to break here, I'm going to be interested in the downside on this pair. And I might even be interested before it breaks, just because I'm seeing how it's looking. And it's giving me some vibes that it wants to start to drop. Obviously, it could do one more shot to the upside, but if this comes back into this area where it has definitely respected, manipulated, impulse down, it was like it wanted to make new highs, but then it completely erased that move. So if it comes back into there, I am going to have to set an alert and call it the 78.6 incoming. And I'm going to put it at the, right below it, so I can adjust myself. This is 4 hour, so plenty of time on that. We'll have to see. I'm not a huge fan before the structure has broken, right? Because it hasn't technically. We're talking structure is intact. It is still bullish, but I'm seeing the Wyckoff possibility. We get the spring, we're up thrust, sign of strength, one more tap, and we could go down. I like the fact that the MACD is bearish. That's good to see. So now let's bring it to the 1 hour. And if we get some bearish divergence into this area, that's just a better confirmation. Because no one knows what's going to happen, but it is a good confirmation if there's some divergence. And, there is the momentum is starting to slow down, right? Even though the market's coming up still. So if it comes up still with the momentum coming down, I'm going to like that. I like how this point of control got tapped and then it just took off. That's interesting. But with there not being a lot of news this week, I like these opportunities actually. With the dollar, I don't think I'm going to want to short it at all, even though when it comes back into here, it's probably valid for short. I don't know how that's going to play. We're going to have to look at that in the live markets. But other than that, really waiting. We're going to have to really wait for some structures to break. This is still looking like last week, the same thing for the pound. I had this fibbed from top to low, and it's almost at that 78.6 for the pound. But if it comes down into here, that's a buy too. So, and this is the level where it's probably going to move kind of swiftly. If it does break right here, there's not a lot of volume right here. So I don't know if I want to just buy right here. We'll see. I don't love the pound. I thought it was going to move a little bit last week and it didn't. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Let's go look at, I think there's a lot of waiting this week. We're going to look at the indices now. And we're going to go to the weekly. All right. We're going to clear everything up. Wow. So big weekly candles, big weekly candles. So it's very hard for me to like try to keep this bearish bearish bias in place. We're starting to see the MACD push up here, and then it's been pushed up in the Dow. You can just see this big rise in the Dow that we have not seen in anything. And Dow broke structures. The other ones haven't broke structures. This is giving me total like three-wave divergent vibes. It just never made that third wave down to break that low. Now I'm starting to think we're going to see a correction at least. Let me break out the volume profiles. Okay, so we're coming into this one. We're coming into really important levels regardless on the Dow. You see this is the most important volume level we've seen in a long time. Let me see if I can get some more price into it. Okay, so there still is a point of control down there, but since COVID, this is the most important pretty much area of price action that we've seen in a while for the Dow. Let me see what we got going on for the NASDAQ, bringing the same type of price action. Okay, so similar area, right? But what this is showing me right here, if I bring just a little bit more price into it, a little bit more, come on. Right there is showing that right at like 8K, we'll just call it 8K is like the next level. If this thing makes if it slips this low, it's gonna do like probably a capitulative move down to, I will say just 9K to be safe because there's volume down there. But this is another area where since COVID or since this time, this price right here is the most important price we've seen. Most traded price is the technical term, highest volume traded price, and we're actually above that now on the S&P. So yeah, it's looking kind of bullish, like it could just slip straight through. Actually, you don't usually see this clean of a move like this on a weekly chart. So now we're going to go to the daily and we're going to see if we can mark some stuff off. I need to get my tool out. I don't know what we're doing over here with this, but all right. So on the daily, we want to look at the S&P. Let's look at them all the same way. See if the volume profile looks different in any way. Okay, a lot of volume up here, a lot down here, not a lot at all. So if it keeps pushing, it's probably not gonna stop it. Let's see if there's any above it. Yeah, okay, so this is gonna be an interesting spot because There is some volume right here on the S&P supply. So there is some volume here. Let's bring it a little bit more to see if it sticks. Good. All right. Yeah, there's some volume right there. I'll bring it down just a little. But before that, there's none. So I wouldn't sell until it gets there. Let me see about the NASDAQ. And there is definitely some volume right here. But this one looks like it just needs to correct more, like on a bigger macro scale. It's failing to break the lows. I'm not getting a lot of read off of that. Let me see what we can get off of this. I'm trying to see this area and it's not giving me a lot. So we got to go down to the 4 hour. And to confirm this, back it up. It'll be pretty, it should be pretty. Yeah. Very clean move is probably going to happen straight into this area. This one isn't as clean. The NASDAQ, it doesn't have that little pop out right there. This might just zoom straight past this. I don't like the way this looks. Doesn't give me much. Yeah, right past there and is probably gone. Dow. Dow's been so bullish. I don't expect it to just stop. I'll be watching the S&P. So I like to wait. So that this, but when it gets there, it's going to go past this wick. So we might be looking at the weakest one, which is the NASDAQ. If we're going to take a sell, the NASDAQ is technically the weakest one. So let's be smart about this and be white coffee in. That's what he would do. And this is going to be the one. So we'll wait for this. Because we have been waiting for it. 786 incoming. And we'd be expecting the lows to get swept. But in the meantime, there might be a bullish scenario over here in the S&P. So if it can make some type of retracement, I think we're going to see, or even just like in the morning, if these highs break with some volume, we'll probably see a swift move. So just be aware of that. Definitely be aware of that. And then maybe even, I don't know, there's too much lower time frame divergence right now for me to try to buy actually. So it could just drop without me getting there, but it's looking very bullish on the weekly. That's another thing. Very insanely bullish. So if it does come down into here with like a nice pattern, might even look to buy. Shit. It's kind of hard to play right now, to be honest. Let's go into like a Bitcoin. Let's go look at some cryptos. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw Bitcoin up on this chart. Cryptos, Bitcoin. And let's look at the futures. Ethereum. And then let's look at cryptos. Is there anything going stupid crazy just this second? No, I'll change this one in and out of some stuff. Let's put XRP on it first. Okay, obviously these gaps over the weekend, I hope they get filled, to be honest, but I'm not a gap trader too concerned about that. Big, huge moves on Bitcoin, but I'm gonna tell you this right now, the volume isn't as crazy as I think it should be, or it's not as crazy as I thought it would be. Yes, it is higher volume, no doubt about it, which means that it should go up a little bit more. But I'm thinking, if this is the bull run, what was this right here, right? What was this right here? This is most likely like a liquidation push. not even gonna lie, once I start to like really look at this, this candle's like a liquidation candle, and then following day it just literally did the same thing. Boom, boom. So we took out these highs, or there was just a lot of people selling right here, right? Too much technical analysis and liquidated that. Now, is it going to, what's going to happen if this thing this week rolls straight over like this? Lining up very close, because you gotta line these up with the equities markets, right? Bitcoin and Ethereum and all these bad boys. Let's go look at the Nasdaq, because that's the one that correlates with the most. Okay, yes, we do have an extremely bullish weekly candle, no doubt about that. Not a lot of volume really, and it's coming into the yearly point of control. That's one thing else to note. But we're in a bear market still, and if the Nasdaq rolls over, Bitcoin is literally gonna roll over harder probably. If Nasdaq breaks these lows, I think Bitcoin is hitting levels that people don't want to talk about because of this. Do you know how many people are probably buying into Bitcoin right now? Not only that, the emotion that comes along with these type of moves, because let's look at like XRP. XRP is one that I actually think might have put in a little spring. So this is kind of a bad idea. But XRP, right? Put in a little spring. We could see this thing run up a little bit, but then what happens if it does this? I don't think people are super prepared for that yet. We're still waiting on these lower prices, only because we're in a bear market overall. And I'm not super convinced, but let's look at some of these other cryptos that have gone crazy, right? These type of moves right here, I could be in the denial phase. It could be me. I could be in denial. But these type of moves bring in so much FOMO. And then a lot of times it literally just reverses so fast down the other way. You've seen it happen so many times, guys, in the bear market. Look, in the bear market, it did this. Let's put it on a log chart over here. And let's bring out this tool, because this really helps you see it. The bars pattern. Okay, it said like this, and then no, sir. I can almost feel the same vibes happening. I really can almost feel the same vibes. Or, just maybe even these vibes. Right? What happens when that happens? Oh man, I have a feeling that this thing is going to roll over on people, because the volume actually isn't as crazy as I want it to be. Let's go to another pair. Solana, big time bullish move. The thing about these that I can't lie about is they corrected so much, it's crazy for me to think that these might not be the bottom, right? 96%. But the equities haven't turned over yet. Now, is crypto going to turn like way before the equities? That's possible. That's so possible. I'm not here to catch the bottom. I have a quarter of my bag in on Ethereum around this area when it did that move, and or it was this move. And then when it came back in here, we told y'all to add again in November, and now we're up in here. So November is when we told people to buy again. It's starting to move. Let's turn to like a Doge. This is an interesting one because it actually made some nice price action. A really nice price action, bullish move. Then it came back into the 78.6 and now it's pumping. So with a very nice like A, B, C. So I could see one more move happening, but I'm not, we'll have to see what the equities do. Polka dot, see massive moves, but no structure has technically broken yet. If you go to the lower time frames, yes, structure has broken. Now, this is something that I wish I would have brought up earlier in the bear market, but there are a few coins that have shown more strength versus Bitcoin, right? We've talked about Ethereum doing that, but we haven't really talked about some of these other ones like Polygon, Matic, right? And you can see this move here, and that is basically happening. This move is happening when this is happening on Bitcoin. This baby move right there, that baby move was this big move on Matic. Same thing kind of right here. This little baby move on Bitcoin was this move on Ethereum. And then, of course, we got that low breakthrough, but we never got that low breakthrough on Ethereum. And of course, not even close on Matic. Okay, so there are a couple coins that I wish we would have spoken about a little sooner. But like I said, we still think there's one more move down, right? So what I think is that's going to entail are some of these other coins that are stronger through the bear market are going to have really good opportunities to buy. So say Bitcoin does go ahead and make a new low, or forget a new low, just say it kind of drops back down and just doesn't blast off to the sky like people think it's going right now. Say it comes back down into this range and begins to go sideways again. This thing is going to either continue to go sideways like this, or hopefully it'll kind of sink down into these levels and go sideways. And this is going to be a really, really good buying opportunity for Matic if we can get this, because Matic or Polygon is one of those coins that I do think might hold this bottom based off of technical analysis strength. Maybe. Ethereum probably not going to hold this bottom. I don't think so. And if it does, then let Ethereum be the one that freaking just does everything different than the rest of the crypto market. Or let it be XRP for my homie's sake. Shiba, you know, I don't care for this one at all. It's not my type of cup of tea. Is that the phrase? Tron is actually another one that is a very weird pair that I think has potential still. It never really made like new all-time lows, like everything, not all-time lows, but the correction is different. I don't know a whole lot about it. Avalanche, I like this price action on Avalanche. Actually, you can see the volume is a lot more right here than we've seen in a long time. But this is another one that could probably just roll over. And it didn't hold up very strong in the bear market at all. So I'm kind of, I really like looking for the stronger ones versus the like ones that, you know, that's a good move right there. You could buy at 12, sell at 24, make double your money. But the risk is that you literally you could buy right here and it could drop 50% easily. So let's look at Uniswap is another one that might be a good one for the bear market buys, because it was one of the stronger exchanges, DeFi exchanges, when the market was rallying. So I expect it to be another one that could be good. Let's do this. Gala is on my list, I believe, Blake. Let me check. If it's not, shoot me. Oh, hold on. I think it got kicked off the top. at one point, so I took it off. Gala has a great move up right there with volume. See, so Blake, and you know my style probably more than anyone. The ones like Gala are the ones that have had the most divergence, and but they've also done the worst in the bear market, but they've also had the biggest impulse off of the lows. So we will have shots to take at the ones like Gala, but I think those are going to be the ones that I put like half in or less than, come because the opportunity is great, is great as it'll ever get, right? If it really does come back in here and this is the bottom, that is the actual best technical trade you could have taken, because this is gambling down here. But the ones that are like stronger, like Quant, like look at this. This hasn't even made a new low in forever. Like, what the heck is this? So like this was making new highs like crazy. So these are the ones that, like, even though I'm not super, I don't super know what they do, they were stronger in the bear market versus Bitcoin, right? Um, Gala's a good fundamental team. That's good. I mean, ultimately, the ones who have the best team are going to come out and win these longer term battles. So it's good to know that, dude, because I genuinely haven't had enough time to like dive deep into some of these newer coins, like ENJ right here with the move, break above structure a little bit, but that could just be the fake out, right? Could be a fake out. This is one that I wish I would have called it out to everyone, because the same thing, right? It had the huge move during the bear market, came way below the 78.6, and now is finally taken off. So I think this one has potential to make a wave up. It's a decentralized social media platform. Bat with the move from the bottom. This one did some crazy crap. Hubo token, I don't know what this is, but that is a 16x your money. So forget that FOMO feeling. Helium is dying. So if anyone knows what's going on with this, please let me know, because it looks like a good time to buy it, to be honest. Coming into this area down in here. So if anyone knows anything about helium, let me know, because I don't want to necessarily catch the falling eye. KuCoin with a nice move off of these lows. I'm still not convinced. Obviously, one more move, I'll definitely look for that. But no, whatever this is having a good rally, a good little, yeah. Theta, little rally up. Axe Infinity. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the whole market. Let's look at these, because these are really starting to pop again with some good volume. So I like seeing the volume start to increase, and then it increases, and then it increases. Like, holy crap. These are the ones that I think I'm going to be trying to spot out and really dissect to find the volume, the ones that broke a little structure, the ones that are really looking good, to then try to catch because even if the market makes new lows, the ones that are strong, this low might freaking hold. You know what I'm saying? The ones that are truly technically strong, and of course, fundamentally, yada, yada, yada. But the ones that are technically the strongest should hold this low if this is the bottom, right? Because Bitcoin can make another low, and these might not. Mana is another one. I'm talking Decentraland took off. If it can come back, we're going to take a bite. We got to. It's like, look at this volume sitting here. Why wouldn't we? Is that the 78.6? Because we're on a log scale. Yeah, so that's perfect. You know what I'm saying? And then that's the N. And then you already know what's coming next. We come with this W. Boom. Next wave. 8 is going crazy. It put in a lower high too on the daily. So, and then a low, it really has shifted structures. You could look for that. Then that's a technical, like legit technical setup because it did break this structure. I don't know. I'm not super convinced that the bottom is in for Bitcoin yet. And I'm not, I do think there's one more leg down. I think people are getting ahead of themselves. Again, it's what happens in this market. It's the most emotional market ever. So if you're not ready for the emotional roller coaster that could literally, we could be right here on this roller coaster and people just got on the roller coaster at the very top. It's like they climbed all the way to the top of the roller coaster and then decided to get onto the roller coaster there instead of like waiting in line. That's literally what I think is going to happen. And then if the equity markets, what all that could happen, needs to happen is Putin says the wrong thing. Markets tank. I'm telling y'all, I've seen it happen so many times when the technicals are lining up in a weird way and then some random event happens and then boom, markets move and you're like, dang, that was lining up. That's weird. Granted, everything is starting to turn around and stuff. I just want to see what these damn cryptos are going to do. Now, do I think it's just going to reverse like this? Guys, the probability of it just reversing is lower now with this price action. So let's go on to like a 4-hour and let's check this out, because what we do know is that this thing looks pretty parabolic on the 4-hour. And let's throw this out of here. Let's make this 2 now. And we're just looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum next to each other. And we're going to bring in Bit like that. Now, what I'm seeing is, okay, obviously the volume profile, there's a ton of volume down here, which really does insinuate that this could very well just go straight down into there. But that's not how I'm going to be playing it. I want a little bit more price to see if it can give me a little bit more to work with. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so here's how we're going to really be playing it. If it holds above here, it should probably make another wave to the upside. If it doesn't hold this level, it is coming straight back down, and I'm talking straight back down to these levels with no problem. Because look what happened right here when price, okay, so here, I guess 2 things could happen. It could really do a fat wick, but with everyone probably piling into the market right now after this big weekly candle, I wouldn't doubt it just doing this, guys, or doing this. Woo-hoo, that is most likely what's going to happen. A big manipulation, either this, or this. And I'm kind of leaning towards that. Let me get in some more volume right here. I forget the levels that I have drawn on the Next Wave channel, but I have some levels drawn that we'll be watching for, and I'll maybe throw those in the chat. Yeah, all the way down here, boys. That's scary. Same for Ethereum, I think. All the way down here. If it begins to slip, we're coming down. And really, if it slips here, we're coming down here. See if we can get some 15-minute looks. Oof. But the momentum is just not even close to saying we're getting ready to reverse. So here's how I'm gonna play a reversal if I'm even questioning it time at all, which I'm really probably not unless it gets below this level. But if the 15-minute time frame is still making new momentum highs, we probably will see one more move up still. If the 1 hour is still making new momentum highs, we will probably see a bigger move up than I think. If there's no divergence on the 4 hour, this thing has a very slim shot of really reversing. So I have to wait for 15-minute divergence to occur. Then 1 hour needs to be there too, because if there's just 15-minute divergence, right? Say this does this, this, okay, and then this does this, this. Okay, we got some divergence. This is only good for a correction. And even that, get ready for this to even go way higher than you expect. For just a baby correction. If we bring out this 50 EMA, that's all I would expect it to do, right? Come back to this 50 EMA. On the 1 hour, okay, this 15-minute is doing this, right? That's going to give this time to chill out over here. Okay, this thing is doing this, and then that 15-minute is just going to correct. That's it, and it's probably going to make another move. So here's like a 15-minute play you could have, and then we're going to get a higher high on the 1 hour, which is going to take a lot longer on here to happen. Then we might get another correction to the 50 EMA. That's going to give the 4 hour time to chill out and give the 4 hour this type of look. Then the same thing, right? We're probably going to get another push up. And then the 4 hours finally going to give us divergence around next week or like way next week. So I wouldn't expect this to just flip yet. We're probably going to get something like this happening. That's what I would expect. And then this type of same signature in the MACD. So we get this price up and then this MACD down. And then boom. That's probably what we're going to see, honestly. Maybe more manipulation. I wanted to drop so bad, guys, but the price action is so bullish that we can't take this out of the picture, and we also can't take this out of the picture. I'm probably going to just wait on everything on the cryptos this week. I don't know if I'm going to be playing them, to be quite frank. It is whenever you are a day trader and the crypto market starts to move like this, you need to be a crypto trader because it starts moving crypto style, not like Forex and stuff. It starts doing crazy stuff. Let's see, what else am I trying to look at today? Let's go over here. Let's do some gold. I'm looking at all the time frames at once. And, you know, right here on the bottom right is the monthly. Just look at this monthly candle. Crazy. Not a lot of volume with it though, right? So it could be just a correction. This is the gold spot. So let's go to gold futures. I need to get better volume. Okay, futures. There we go. Yeah, still not a lot of volume with that. The momentum is starting to pick up on the weekly or on the monthly. On the weekly, yes, as well, still picking up. I think it's getting close to that fib that we had talked about. On the daily, the volume is still increasing. So I'm not trying to short this yet, even if it is in an area of interest. But has it hit this yet? No. Okay, this will be probably, yeah, this will probably, blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, two of them went here too. So we got that is going to be a price that we look at. Once that gets hit, I think we'll see some reaction to the downside. So I'm going to say POC, look for bears to randomly step in. It's random, right? Okay, and then here on the 4 hour, this might be an area. If this doesn't get hit yet, this might be an area to come in and buy because the momentum is still pretty strong to the upside. It has a slight divergence happening here on the 4 hour and actually on the daily. So you know what? I'm still sticking with this starting to roll over, just not yet. We need to see this 1 hour now start to diverge. So yes, this is still a valid area to buy from. I would say either here or here. Those two areas. So this is the futures market. So you got to kind of correlate that to your broker or wait for this divergence. And this might have to happen for me. So this needs to come down and give me this look right here. Come down, give me this look right on the money. And I will look for a scalp right there, like a crazy man. Because the divergence will be screaming at me. It's already almost there for the 15-minute. It just needs to do a deeper move down now. Silver, I'm not going to even look at that. I do want to look at the VIX because I think it's in an important area. Big bearish candle on the VIX. Broke the levels that we were looking at. It might even go lower into the like 15 to 16 because it just broke 18. So what I'm going to be looking for on the VIX to correlate with the indices in the equity markets, I do still think this has a chance to reverse. Number one, there is daily divergence. So we did break this low, right? Made a new low, but the momentum has not quite made that new low yet. So I love to see that. What I'm going to need to see now is we're already getting the 15-minute divergence, the five looks. We get the 5-minute diverging, the 15 minutes diverging, the 1 hour is even diverging. Now we need to see for a true reversal, we either need to see 3-wave divergence on the 1 hour, or we need to see at least a 2-wave divergence, which is probably going to take, till Wednesday or Thursday on this, because we need a couple of candles to come up and we need a couple of candles to come down, make another new low, which is going to make a new high on the indices, all this stuff. But then we would look for this to reverse around this area. So let's draw this. This is going to be the new area, I guess, that we're looking for. And then let's put it about right there. Right where the candles closed. I guess a little lower is fine, but whatever. Around this area, let's make it a zone, not be foolish. Okay, this is the zone that it's breaking right now. Currently, we need to put this down in here for this week. And if it stops in here, starts to throw some wicks, we can almost guarantee that the indices are getting ready to turn around. And if it breaks that, I'm gonna think it's gonna come lower into that. Seriously though, I'll be looking for this to try to reverse this week, which would give a lot of confirmation to this analysis. A lot, a whole lot. Dollar is not looking like it wants to reverse again. I'm waiting for the 3-wave divergence though on this. We already got 2 on the 4 hour. We just need 1 more wave for the confirmation and we're good to go. So that's it for the analysis this week. We're going to try to be on a lot more live YouTube. So if you want to see kind of the more realistic side of trading, not like a sprinted Lambo or, a fake ass mommy and daddy's funded account stuff. Not funded account by the mom, but like mommy and daddy helps you fund it. Then you need to watch this YouTube channel a little bit more. We're doing more shorts, we're doing more everything. So appreciate y'all for coming on. Of course, the team was on. Appreciate y'all. And let's see if these moves happen. Peace out.